Hey, Cowboy Nation, this Cowboys abroad. Let's get into some football. Let's get into some football talk. So, um, coming off of victory, we had a chance, had a chance to celebrate. Had a chance to celebrate. Rub some Falcons noses in, rub some Falcons noses in it, and things of that nature. And that's all fine and well. That's all fine and well and good. But then we got to go and we got to clean up the things in the game, clean up some things in the game that might propel us to success in the future. And it's one of those situations. It's one of those situations to where there's two tails. There's the tails, man, of the woes, willful woes, man, of the first quarter, and then what happens 3 quarters after? What happens 3 quarters after? After that, a game that you're down in 29-10 going into the 29-10 going into the half, and you have a miraculous comeback. You have a miraculous comeback, and that is awesome. Yeah, there ain't a Cowboy fan in the building that ain't, and a Cowboy fan in the building that ain't happy about it or shouldn't be happy about it. The thing is, uh, oh, how do you get down by that man? How do you get down by that many points? How do you get down by that many points? How do you get in that type of situation? You gotta know. You gotta know that you're not gonna be able to win games every week in heroic fashion. Not gonna be not gonna have record-setting days every week, and you have to avoid putting yourself in these types of situations. You know, so who to blame? It's the offense, it's the defense, it's the special teams. What's the situation? What's going on with the Dallas Cowboys that we let a team like the Falcons put up 39 points on us? How does that happen? And we got to have some a combination of things happen. Luck being one of them, uh, but also uh, extraordinary effort, and discipline on the defense part, on the special teams part, in order to get it done. The reality of it is, there's plenty of blame to go around in this game for how we got ourselves in that position. And plenty of things to do to fix it, to avoid some of that in the future. Um, but I would like to say, you know, and one point I want to make is that the offense, they had a hell of a day. Once they got out of their own way, got past the fumbles and turnovers and things that were put in some bad situations. The offense had a hell of a day. Um, but we got to remember that the offense did did indeed put the defense in some awkward and bad situations. Um, 5 fumbles, three lost fumbles put the defense in terrible situations, giving Atlanta shut field positions, easy go and easy go. Already putting them pretty much in scoring range with all these turnovers and stuff. And then we had some special teams decisions. We had two botch fakes that really uh, put us in bad field position as well. And these are meanwhile many additional extra plays that our defense had to be on the field and had to cover down for, and anytime you put a defense in that situation, then you are somewhat responsible uh, for the outcome. And you like to think that your defense can hold them to three. Can hold teams to three, and probably should hold some teams to three sometimes. but sometimes that just ain't the case. Especially if you're having trouble getting pressure on getting pressure off the line, um, then it might be an issue for you. Um, but I don't see the pressure that we don't have um, down the road. Maybe problematic. But in this particular game, one of the things we have to be careful of, one of the careful things we have to be careful of is we don't get under discipline. You got to have somebody to stay home. You got to have somebody to cover down on the run game and control the run game. And I think the defense did a good job of that this week. And they held Todd Gurley to respectable numbers and Atlanta's run game to respectable numbers. And they did a much better job of covering the laterals that we were being beat up on the previous week due to being over pursuing the ball, and it's a balance that you got to work between getting pressure and having gap discipline, and having assignment discipline, and making sure that somebody is not dropping short passes out the flats, dropping passes to the edge, or beating you with screens and things like that. You got to have some people that stay home on the defensive side, and so it's kind of a mixed bag there, um, because our uh, the, uh, the way we play ball, we rely heavily on our defensive line to be dynamic. We rely heavily on to be dynamic, but we have also problems stopping the run. And so how do you get that pressure? How do you put that pressure on the opposition, and at the same time be disciplined enough, to be able to stop the run plays when you need to be able to stop the short passes when you need to, the short laterals and things like that. How do you do that? That is a tough balance that you gotta be able to do, and I think we did a very decent job. Uh, Offense, defense, special teams. The special teams, those two box fakes. They had an F in my book until about 3 minutes left in the game. Insert insert Jerline, and C.J. Goodwin. With some quality special teams make up plays that we really needed in order to win the game. So. With our kicker playing well, and C.J. Gilbert hustling on the line, um, got our special teams a passing grade, if you will, out of me. Not that my grades mean anything, but they would have had an F, and they went from an F to a C. Went from F to a C by the nature of uh, some late game heroics, but at the same time, they were still within the game and very monumental in us winning the game. Defense, uh, defense, despite the bad positions they were put into, gotta have a, gotta have a heavy look at the defense. We gave up way too many touchdowns. You know, regardless of what the situation is, we gave up way too many touchdowns, and we got to do a better job there. But at the same time, without the defense cracking down in the second half, we don't win this game. You gotta look at both sides of the coin. You gotta look at both sides of the coin because in second, we went into half, scored 29-10. Atlanta ended the game with 39. So the second half, our defense uh, held the team to 10 points. Made some adjust. I made some adjustments. Our coaching staff made some adjustments. Our defense made some adjustments. Held the team to 10 points in the second half. Really was able to stop the bleeding, so to speak. And that holding that one 3 points on touchdown and field goal to 10 points. That 3 points holding them to that field goal turned out to be huge in the game. When you win a game by 1 point, you don't have any margin. It's obvious you don't have any margin for error. And so, and everything that you did, everything that you put in, you needed everything. And so the defense cracking down in the second half of the game and giving us a chance to come back in this thing was huge. And so don't want to just say, hey, we got bad defense. Our defense is terrible. Our defense is garbage. I know there's some things about it that there are times when there's some garbage play, in my opinion, that come out of the defense sometimes. I can say the same about the offense. There's some garbage plays that come out sometimes. And the special teams, there's some garbage plays come to us sometimes. And coaching decisions, I would say there's some garbage decisions that come out sometimes. Like run the ball at the middle on 4th and 5 on a fake punt. So plenty of lane to go around, plenty of things to fix. But we're doing them on a win. And whenever you're doing them on a win, it feels so much better, and you can stomach it a little better doing it on a W. We'll get it all figured out. This is a marathon, not a sprint. You gotta be able to last the long haul. This is Cowboys, bro. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for checking me out. I'm out.